One of my favorite ways to help a person deal with phobias is to have them create the safe image of being in a movie theater. A movie theater is a safe vantage point to view their fear or their phobia or their experiences from a dissociated perspective. It's a safe way to see something that is very difficult. So let's talk, Steve, a little bit about the fear of elevators again, or the fear of heights that you were just talking about a moment ago. I'm going to take you through another exercise that a lot of people have found real helpful. And go ahead and close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine that you're going into a movie theater and you're picking a seat, a comfortable seat in that theater. And if you're watching this on DVD and you'd like to try this yourself, feel free to, if there's a specific phobia or fear that you have. If at any time you become uncomfortable during this exercise, simply open your eyes, reorient to the room, and recognize that you're in the safety of wherever you're viewing this DVD. And now, Steve, as you are here in the chair, imagine that you found a seat inside of this movie theater. And imagine that this seat is in the very last row of the theater. And that you're watching the movie screen, and the movie begins to play of your fearful experience. You related one of being fearful in an elevator. And I want you to imagine that that movie is playing and that the guy in the projection booth has just adjusted the lens so that the movie only takes up half the screen. And now imagine that the sound from that movie is completely disappearing. If anything, you can even imagine that it's being replaced with relaxing and calm music. Or you can leave the sound completely out. Imagine now that that smaller movie is now playing and that the color melts away and it simply becomes black and white. And imagine now that the booth operator adjusts the lens and so it becomes blurrier and hazier and less sharp. Maybe even begins to show the grainy lines that you are familiar with from old movies. And now imagine watching that scene as it becomes even smaller and smaller. And there's a great big movie screen, but the image has become silent, smaller, black and white, less focused, and only the size of a postage stamp right in the middle of the screen. I want you to take your right hand, I actually want you to point to that postage stamp image right there on that screen in front of you. And imagine like a mouse or a touch screen just moving that finger to the lower left and that postage stamp sized image of that movie has been moved by you to the lower left hand corner of that movie screen. Now go ahead and put your hand down. And from that vantage point of the last row, you can see the screen, most of it blank. In the lower left-hand corner, just a small image, black and white, silent, blurry, fuzzy, of that experience. We're not taking it completely away because it's a part of your life and a part of your experience, but you can now see the rest of the movie screen is the majority of your life experience. You can even replace the rest of that movie screen with an image of you being happy and experiencing happiness and you feeling confident and secure. Open your eyes, reorienting to the room around you. And what was that experience like?
It was even better.
A pretty cool experience, huh?
It very is, yeah. I'm kind of surprised.
What we're doing there is we're altering the submodalities that you have associated with the original fear.
Right.
We're getting rid of the color, we're getting rid of the sound, we're making it smaller, we're making it less intense. And by viewing it from a disassociated vantage point, a theater patron in the back row, you can detach from the emotion of that state that's been so difficult for you. Were you able to move it to the lower left-hand corner easily?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And did you replace that grand screen with
it made it seem
image?
insignificant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Even though it's a part of our life.
Yeah.
It's now an insignificant part of our life rather than a dominant part of our life.